dropping knowledge on Grambo grows. Talking about plants and how they go. Let's go. From seeds to the cure, we always smoke pure. Nothing but good vibes up in here. We blaze the ganja, keep it fire. Grambo grows, burning desire. Learn about cultivation, step by step. You can rock out the negativity. Cannabis vibes up in here. Grambo grows, rhymes up in here. Grow, I bring you life.
Nothing but good vibes up in here, guys. Welcome to the late night smoke. This is Grambo Grows. It's been a crazy week. It's been going crazy. It's been Jug Dealers o'clock over there. If you guys know my work schedule, I got the Dude Grows, I got the Jug Dealers, and then I do the Grambo Grows show over here. And boy, we are knocking it out with the Jug Dealers, guys. Prepping up that Jug Club. So all of you guys, all you juggernauts out there, some good stuff is coming out. So yeah, it's been every week I come in and I say it's been a crazy week. This has been the craziest week of all. You guys, if you guys know me, I'm a man of science. I'm not much of a spiritual guy. I don't believe in weirdness, but bro, this week I had maybe the weirdest week of my entire life, and suffice to say, I'm not going to get into it over here, but if you guys, all you GramBorg members, if you guys want to join that GramBorg, right next to the subscribe button is that join button. We do a post show on this channel after every single show where I get a little bit too familiar and I tell you guys things about my life I probably shouldn't be telling you, but I put in the work this week. It's been a lot of cannabis stuff, a lot of growing. I've been in and out of grows all week. I've been doing it. I've been touching the plants. It's been feeling good. We've been shooting some stuff with the Jug Dealers guys. Got a lot of cool stuff coming with that. And it pretty much was, every week is cannabis adjacent, but damn, I really got after it today. You guys saw I posted a bunch of new clips, got a bunch of new stuff out as far as like the channel, and I booked out a month's worth of guests. So that way we don't have to worry about, you guys know, every Saturday I DM someone. I'm like, please be on the channel. And you never know. There might be guys like Chad Westport coming through. You never know. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying, shout out to you, Chad Westport. Always love having them in. I see you guys. Trailblazer, what's up? Fontucky. We got all the homies in here. Annie 20. I saw you pop in there early. And so, guys, because I've been in the garden all week, I've been doing the thinking about the strains. I've been thinking about cultivars. I know. Don't leave a comment. It's one of those things. We say strains. I know it's cultivar. It's viruses, mushrooms. Those are strains. What we grow is a cultivar. It is the subs. What, not genius, that would be cannabis sativa. It's just like when people call things indica, well, it's also cannabis sativa, and things like we call it clones. Well, it's actually propagation. It's not really, no one but us stoners call it cloning really out there. So it's one of those things. Yes, as Guppy Girl says there, Guppy Girl Genetics, look at you stepping up. It's the cultivated varieties, the cultivars. And so I got thinking about, as we're approaching 2026, it's always tough. It's tough to find all the new stuff. It's there's so much breeding out there. It's crazy. And speaking of breeding, I just got 5 new gift subs. Cody Whittaker, thank you so much. Cody Whittaker, you are an awesome member of all of the communities. I see you everywhere. And welcome the 5 new members of the GramBorg. You guys can be here for the post show. Hear my weird story. You literally won't believe it. Simulation. We're living in a simulation, and I have proof. Literally. I had the most insane week, and I'm gonna be talking about it on the post show. But for right now, we gotta talk about these cultivars, these strains, man. And so, hanging out with Gabe, if you guys know Jug Dealer Gabe, he knows everybody, and he's in everyone's garden. The dude literally spends his life, his professional day job is touring the country, going to different grows, going to different festivals. Oh, get out of here! Welcome, newest GramBorg member, Matt's from Strange Show. What a creators supporting creators. And I'll shout out to Mr. Ganix. He's another one of the of awesome content creators out there supporting the homies out here. So yeah, I was hanging out with Gabe, and it just got me thinking. He's telling me about this, and I talked about the Elemento Z that's coming out that we've all been loving from the homies out there on the East Coast, up there in New York, dropping it down all those fire sour diesel strains, and that Elemento Z is rocking it. So I got thinking, I was like, I hit up one of my buddies, got to meet him at the DGC Cup, and with short notice, he was actually able to come in, and I was super super stoked. And I figure if you're gonna talk strains, it might as well be with the strain maestro himself from Strain Show, guys. It's my buddy Matt.
What's up, buddy?
What's up? My newest member of the GRAMBOlogue. I bought GRAMBO.org.
Oh,
And
okay, I see.
And so that's going to be like the future home of my stuff. And so I was like, started calling my crew. It's the GRAMBOlogue. Welcome to the GRAMBOlogue, Matt.
That's perfect. Thank you, buddy. You sold it really well. I cannot wait to hear what happened to you this week, and I hope everything is okay.
Oh, I tell stories that I shouldn't tell. Everyone who is in the GRAMBOlogue that watches my thing, put the poo emoji in the chat. Let's see those poo emojis. Matt, I tell things that I shouldn't tell my best friends, and I get online and I tell everybody. Let's just say my dating life gets crazy. My waking life is crazy. I get myself in some shenanigans, and I tell everybody, and then they put poo emojis in the chat because they remember what happened.
John, Lindsay, Kenna, Alicia, default behavior. This cat grows. There's a lot of poos popping off, dude.
Yeah, let's just say I'm not dating that girl anymore, Matt. We'll just say that. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you have a safe space where you feel comfortable to share all of this stuff with the homies, and that your community is making you feel welcome.
Oh, they make me feel welcome. It is the only reason I wake up every day and I say I should cancel the stream tonight. Why am I doing it? And then every day I do the stream, every Sunday I do the stream, and I go, man, I feel great. It feels great to have such an amazing community around me. And that includes you.
Feeling too. Thank you, buddy. But I can
I know
that.
you.
I used to feel like sometimes, oh man, this stream is stressful to have to plan every week, and I really hope it goes good. And then it was like after you get done, you're like, to think about it, I've never had one that went bad. Even when there were like difficulties and technical issues, everybody still made it fun. And at the end of it, I was still really glad I did it.
Yes. And right before the show, both me and Matt were having technical difficulties. It's literally, I always tell people I work with, you'll notice the work is never the work. The work is all the BS that pops up that shouldn't. And I'll have moments where it's like, oh, how'd you fix that? And I go, I didn't. Like it was broke and then it worked. Yeah. And then we went on.
That's always the case with me. I found that mostly just turning everything off and turning it all back on solves most problems.
That's literally a joke that we have at the bakery with Scott. Like anytime something goes wrong, he goes, did you turn it off and turn it back on? It's literally the solution to like almost all of life. If only life had an off switch, just reset this.
Oh, well, that's a big reset when we're talking about a life reset.
Well, that's one of the things that I'm going to talk about in the post show. I had a life reset this weekend. I smashed that reset button and I woke up a new man. Wow. So I'm very stoked to hang out with you. We met at the DGC Cup. That was an amazing video you put together, man. You're out there with the drone, holding it together. You are a real content creator.
Thank you, buddy. I had a lot of fun out there. Thanks for having me out. That was a really good time. And the community out there came out hard too. That was so cool to see. And it was like, it wasn't even the biggest event I've ever been to, but the community felt so strong compared to everything else. Cause it's almost like you almost know everyone there somehow, or know them through someone, or they know you, or you know them by their screen name. And this is the first time you've met them in real life.
Yes. I always tell people, don't tell me your real name. Tell me your YouTube name, so that way I know who you are. I was talking with one of my closest YouTube buddies, Slayer 420. I talked to him for 20 minutes, thinking he's just some guy, and then he's just like, "Oh, by the way, I'm Slayer 420." He's like, "I go, bro, yeah, I know you. You're my boy."
I had the same experience with the homie from Discord. He told me his Discord name. I was like, "Bro, I've known you for years. Like, this crazy that I'm actually meeting you right now." I wish you would have led with this. That reframes this whole conversation in a whole new light.
Yes, I'm having background envy. It's like I put together a pretty decent little background, but you got that depth, you got that TV back there. I'm
Oh,
loving it,
thanks,
bro.
man. I'm still trying to figure out what I do with this room to make it look good because for some reason, since I've moved into this place, I still haven't finished this room.
And one of my
So it's
favorite
getting
things about the DGC Cup was seeing you and Rasta Jeff in the same place
there.
and realize that like it was, oh, you know the joke.
Yeah,
You guys look like brothers,
it
you
was good to
know.
have evidence. It's good to have
It was
evidence that
evident.
we are, in fact, separate people.
But two of the most awesome dudes, and look, and you're in Denver. You're right down the street from me. We got to find a
Yeah,
way to
dude.
hang out more.
Let's do it. It was
Yes.
it's got to the point now with Roasted Jeff comments where I'm not even sure if like when people are genuine anymore. They're like, hold on, is this the same guy as Roasted Jeff? And I'm like, is this a joke or do you really believe this right now? There's no way,
That's
right? We
the
don't actually look similar. I mean, we look similar. We're both white men with red dreadlocks, but that's about where it stops.
yeah, but yes, you could be brothers, but not the same person, I would say.
That would be wild if we were brothers and we both had the same fucking red dreads.
I mean, I've seen, you
Be
know,
like, dude, who are your parents? Who are your parents to where y'all both did this?
who are any of our parents, Matt? How do we? We're literally like I remember my aunt when I was young. Like she's like Josh, you think anyone's gonna pay you money to smoke pot and do your little doodles? And then I'll be sitting there making a thumbnail, high as balls, and I go, you know what? I'm getting paid to smoke weed and make doodles.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Some
Imagine
people used
Grambo with
to.
Matt's dreads. I can
Oh, wow.
only.
We need
I
someone to Photoshop this for us real quick. Just
let's
switch the top of our heads to give Grambo my hair and give me Grambo's shaved head.
Oh man, see, all of my power comes directly from my bald head. Some guys are like shy about it. It's like this is the source of all my masculine power. But I am jealous of you. I call you guys Herod Americans. Oh, you Herod. We balds are
I
jealous of you
got
Herod Americans.
my whole life. I kept until I moved to Colorado. It was like the obligatory guy moves to Colorado thing. And I was already like
Yeah.
braiding my hair and stuff when I first moved here. I was growing it out long, and I used to like go to the little braid shop and get braids all the time, and they didn't last very long. And one day I was in the elevator in my apartment where I lived, and I looked down at my foot, and the little doggy by my foot had dreadlocks. And I looked up at the couple. I was like, "Yo, the doggy has dreadlocks." And the guy, he had dreadlocks too, and they were like, "Yeah, we're actually locticians, is what they called it. Like we put dreadlocks into people's hair professionally. So we did it to the dog, as a goof." And then the girl grabbed my little braids, and she was like, "Your hair's so short, we could give you dreadlocks in an hour and a half." And I was like, "You're shitting me." I thought dreadlocks were like a thing you had to just naturally obtain over time. Just allow your head to dreadlock together. She's like, "Nah, we'll do it with crochet hooks." And I thought for like 2 seconds, I was like, "Okay, can I book an appointment this weekend?"
And how many years ago was that?
Like 8 years ago now.
Wow, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, you never know the story about like how people get their look and everything. I always say it's like I had such bad thoughts, my hair killed itself. You know, it's just you never know how we get here. So
When I
you
was
end
a
up
kid,
looking like you because a dog in an
yeah,
elevator.
really, basically. But also when I was a kid, I remember for like what seemed like 10 years, every new favorite musician I had always had dreadlocks. And as a little kid, like looking up to the rock gods, you're like, "Dude, these dudes are badass. Their hair looks sick. I want to do that one day." But I never thought it was just like a thing you could walk into a salon and do real quick.
Right. Well, and now isn't it surreal? I know you don't identify with this, but you are that to some people. There's people who
Yeah.
look up to you, you
Oh,
know?
I guess right. I guess you're right. Every once in a while, I'll see a little kid who looks at my hair, especially like toddler aged kids. They've never even seen anyone's hair look like this at all. They're like, "What the fuck is on his head, dude?" Like sometimes you'll just blow a little kid's mind, and it's really funny.
Yeah, no, I went to my kid's school the other day, and this cute little like 3-year-old guy, like kid. I look a little, he's points at me, he goes, "You're gray," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, thanks. I'm dying, young man. I appreciate you."
We can't all be in middle school, in preschool, you little shit.
His mom was hot though, so that was real nice.
Okay, yeah, that can see a lot of points.
Yes, yes.
Why is it
So,
that the
Matt,
hottest moms always have the most, like, the worst behaved children?
it is a thing. It is a thing. I think it's
Because
I don't
everybody
know.
gives them the leeway because their mom's hot. They're like, he's such
There
a
it
fun
is.
little fella. You don't want to say, actually, your kid's like sort of a little bastard, dude. What is his problem?
And I mean, let's be honest, hot women get away with murder, so that's just their reality. Doing whatever you want is standard business for them.
That's cool, man.
And I'm not talking shit. I'm a lover. I love. Once again, watch the post show. I'll tell you all about my love. My goal is to have a different girl every post show, Matt. And I've gotten 3 out of 4 this month.
You do one show a week, dog?
One show a week.
These
I'm single, Matt.
Goals.
I'm doing it.
Okay, I feel you. These are ambitious goals. I like it when people shoot for the moon, because if you don't aim high, you're destined to not achieve all that much.
Yes, I'll tell you, dating is a nightmare, but that's for the post show. We'll get into that. Shut up, smokes a lot. So yeah, man, we're going to talk about all sorts of different cultivars. You picked a couple, I picked a couple. I reached out to friends like Gabe and then Chonky Nugs. And Chonky Nugs, no, I didn't see your super chat, bro. Thank you, Chonky Nugs, for throwing out the $10 into the Gramborg. That money goes towards paying Mo Grows, who I'll be hanging out with, helping me pay my. I got an assistant now, Mo Grows.
Oh, nice.
And she picks me up like a mom, and she's going to take me to H&R Block so I can figure out my damn taxes and do all sorts of stuff. And
I need to do the
she's very, very nice. Yeah. So all of the Gramborg money goes into the Mo Grows. Help me.
And more clients. I need someone to get my life in order too.
I bet she does, bro. Legitimately, she is like the cannabis mom. She's just like a nice lady who grows weed and is like very motherly, but very disciplined. So I will get you in contact with her.
Perfect.
100.
That sounds amazing.
Seriously. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit of strains. I figured I was gonna roll it off since I picked the topic. I would throw out the first one here. And this one comes. Are you familiar with do you F with much breeders out there? Do you go deep on the breeder scene, or are you just an enjoyer of the final product?
I would say I don't go deep in that scene. Like, I'm familiar vaguely, just being in this scene and like always learning about this and looking at plants I want to grow myself. But I know some people that can name every breeder and every drop they've had for the last 4 years, and I'm just not that guy.
Yes, that would be the guy I just talked about, Chonky Nugs. I asked him for a suggestion. He's like, here's my strain list. He sent me 22 strains that he's currently in possession of and it had like the strain name, how long it took to flower, the breeder name, everything was in there. I literally was like, bro, your roster is deep, homie. It's ridiculous. I don't really, I played hockey. I wasn't obsessed with gear. I do editing. I'm not obsessed with gear. I've never been a gear guy. But through hanging out with the Jug Dealers, hanging out with Gabe, I've been so lucky to actually be able to sit down with a lot of these people. Oh, Chonky says there, no, it's 122. My bad, Chonky.
Oh, wow, that is a big difference, though. Holy shit.
I was only off by a factorial of 10. Oh, my God. Chonky Nugs is one of the real ones. Shout out to you, Chonky Nugs. So I got to hang out with Fletcher from Archive Genetics about a year ago. And this guy, he's the guy that made rainbow belts and Face Off OG and a bunch of crazy stuff out there. Gabe had a big bag full of just different genetics. And I didn't even want to know the names of them. I was like, let me know after I smoke them, and then, so that's why it's like blind taste test. And the thing that blew my mind was something that came out that was called, let me get it. Let me find. I was about to you think I'm very professional when I work with other people, and then
Yeah.
when I do my own things, it's like, oh, I didn't get the screen shared. Was the lemon freeze this thing called?
Okay.
Have you ever encountered this lemon freeze? Not to be confused with lemon freeze pop.
No. No, I haven't. Not to my
Yeah.
recollection.
Yeah. Oh, and JD says there, and the dosey do. How could I? Yeah, Fletch is the dosey do guy, so for sure
That's
he is
crazy
one of the.
to come across one human being that has so many like known strains that you could just say to just about any person and they recognize under their
Yeah.
belt.
That's how you know he's one of the real, and it goes deeper than that. He's got so freaking much. And so I smoked this lemon freeze, and literally it like blew me away. I've always been this guy who's like, I don't like fruity stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really like that stuff. And I've had to come out of the closet. What did I say before before we went live? I was talking with you, and I was like, man, I'm obsessed with this lemon G.
Yeah.
And so it's like I had to come out of the closet. It's like, no, I guess I love lemon. I love nasty, raunchy, just lemony stuff. You know, I wouldn't say the
Yeah.
lemon G is lemony. It's more acrid and nasty. But
Okay, I like that kind of stuff too, man.
do you mess with the fruit strains?
I do like fruity strains. I know a lot of people are like played out on it because like I feel like now more than ever like fruity candy terpene profiles have become really popular, which is fun for me because I like them. But I do also like on the other end of that spectrum, I like those ones that are like almost rancid, you know? Some of them are like it's worse than skunky, you know? It's putrid, man. Some of these are like something died nearby. And then every once in a while, I'll find some of these that have some of both of these. It's like something is rotten. Like I'm smelling a dumpster right now, and it's gone bad. But the dumpster is like half full of blueberries and stuff.
Yes.
It's like I'm getting fruit and I'm getting putrid dumpster at the same time. And some people that turns them off, which I understand.
No,
It smells like a putrid
no,
dumpster.
the deeper you go, the more that you find that. I always heard that when like high level perfume makers
Mm-hmm.
like would always say that like it's not just about making it smell good. There has to be some rancid in there. And it never really made sense until I got deep in the cannabis world and I go, all right, I get it. When you
Yeah.
really start like, you know, it yeah, you think, oh, it's a moldy gym socks with a fermented vinegar, and you go,
Yeah. All of the best terpene profiles that I come across, they're almost exclusively indescribable. It's like I'm trying to come up with the words for a smell that doesn't exist anywhere else. So I'm trying to like pull from other things that might be familiar and say, well, it's sort of like a dead skunk's ass and it's sort of like a cantaloupe mixed together, but not really. You know, it's very
yes.
hard sometimes. So I like when things have that complexity. So that makes sense about the perfume to like have
Yes.
that special kicker in there.
Yes, it's one of those things. It's just like caviar, just like anything. I was talking with a buddy of mine. He was bitching about wine snobs, like the skin of white grapes. And he's like, it's all a bunch of BS. And I was like, you know, I'm that guy with weed, so I have
Yeah.
to, you know, if I'm gonna do it with cannabis, I have to just say, if you're a high end wine snob, you know, you get that palate.
Yeah, a sommelier. Because now we have water sommeliers. We have cannabis, what's it called?
The
Terpenier,
Gangier,
Gangier. There's a bunch of fancy names around. And yeah, like there's some people that like will write a whole book and they'll list 50 strains and they'll write this beautifully worded page that flows like a poem and it paints such a vivid picture in my mind of exactly what this tastes like in their mouth. And I'm like, how do you do that?
No.
So some people got it and some people don't. Or maybe some people are just really good with words. And they're like trying to, maybe they're just so good with words, I think I know what it's going to taste like.
They speak Turpanese, says
Yeah.
Trailblazer.
There's a lot
Hell
of
yeah.
nuance.
So yeah, that was mine opening from Archive Genetics from the homie out there. Fletch was the lemon freeze. He also created the moon bow, And any breeders out there, I want a Grambo strain, and Moonbo gets us halfway there. You know, the letters GMO appear in Grambo, and I was like, come on, someone make this happen. GMO times Moonbo. Let's get that Grambo strain out there, breeders. I'm putting it
out. Yeah.
All right. So that was my opening one. And what'd you bring in for us?
The first one I got on the list is one that I've grown before. And looking in this little seed box I have right here, it's one that I wish I still had seeds for. And that is the Kush Mints. The Kush Mints was from, that was a Seed Junkie, actually. That was from Seed Junkie.
Beautiful. And, yeah, this is a famous one. This is one that I had grown back in the day. So we both share. This is probably the only one on the list that we both have experience with. And yeah, more Kush than mints, I would say, on my end. It's that Bubba Kush, it's the animal mints. And that makes sense because smoking it, it's definitely I smoked it, I was like, I don't taste much mint. But I taste a lot of Kush.
And I think even in this article we have pulled up that it mentions, like hints of spearmint. And I've never got that from Kush Mints ever. I always get like a funky, fruity, earthy, musky, but in a way that I really like. And it was fun to grow. And one reason I want to grow it again, sort of, is because not only did it grow really big and it smelled really good, is I always thought that it would wash really well. And I would love to try that. Wintertime is coming around. We're here in Colorado. I'm going to have a cold garage soon. It would be perfect time to try some ice water washing. And I really want to wash this one and see what she does.
That's interesting. Spoken like a real cannabis head. Like the growers know all the best cannabis, it comes out in winter, man. All your best harvests, all your best flavors, all your best concentrates for sure come out in winter. It is a thing. And so yeah, have you done much washing in your life? It's one of the things that I regretfully have never really gotten into personally. Haven't done much concentrate runs.
I haven't done much of it either, but it's something that, even though it was like, it did have aggravating parts because like it's very cold, you can't feel your fingers, the room was frozen, we're trying to do everything really, really fast. It was our first time messing with the bags and we're having trouble getting on the buckets and we're overfilling, but it was very rewarding at the end. And I've only done it at home by myself, me calling all the shots and deciding what to do one time. But it turned out real good. I was like, okay, this is as easy as I thought it could be.
It's one of those things that's like, it's as easy as you want to make it or as hard as you want to make it,
Yeah, it was a lot of work and you got to stay in the cold room for a long time, but it was a lot of fun to have these big old trays of this stuff that you washed yourself and that you grew yourself. And this particular harvest, like, I had never sprayed anything on these plants, not even a preventative in veg. Like nothing had ever touched these things that I didn't want to consume. And it's just a real good feeling to have that. And for the price these little jars cost at the store, I would love to just fill me up some big old mason jars and not have to worry about it for a while.
Yeah, it's one of those things as the first time I had one of my harvests processed into rosin. And so, I froze it up. He makes bubble out of it, presses everything. And you take like pounds of weed and then you get this little jar, just a little baby food jar back. And you go, man, this feels wrong. But man, knowing that like this came out of my garden, it was pressed, in your case, you did it yourself. I sat in the passenger seat while I did it. And it's so nice to have smoking your own stuff. It is something that can't be undervalued. And I don't knock on commercial products. You and I are blessed to live in Denver. I would say Denver can compete with cannabis in almost any market in the world. And despite what people may think, you can get good weed from a dispensary.
Absolutely.
It is a thing.
And you can get amazing concentrates, dude. There's people out there doing really, really cool shit and putting out really, really nice stuff. But the market adapts and the market finds a way to keep shit just as expensive as it's ever been for me in my entire life. Because now they have this new product that only really appeals to a very small demographic of their overall customer base. It's not everyone in there who wants that top shelf, first wash, premium live rosin. And so they're
Yes.
like, all right, we'll charge $75 a gram for this shit. And this asshole is still going to come in here and buy it. Watch. And
Yep.
you're
Yep.
like, man,
100%.
I guess I'm going to. Fuck, they got me.
And that goes over to the legacy market as well, the home growers. I was over at Adam Dunn's place over on Alameda, the So High Cafe, and I watched $80 grams of rosin exchanging hands. I was just like, what year is it? What's happening?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you thought that, when the market all went legal and shit, and there's a store, like literally 300 stores in one city that, shit would be dirt cheap just to compete. No, I mean, you can.
Well, and
there is
you
that
can
option.
find $5 grams. That is
Yeah,
a thing, You don't want to
smoke
smoke them.
I do not.
You don't want to. No. Stay away from the distillate, kids. It is bad for you. I'd always smoke distillate. And I would not always smoke distillate. When I would smoke distillate, I would always immediately just it condenses. Like, remember, it's not oil. It's not smoke. It's oil. It's hot. So it starts condensing back into oil. I get it on my teeth. It's on my lips. It's like, oh my God, ugh, that's in my lungs. So don't hold in your concentrates, guys. It's not smoke. If you're one of those hold in your hits forever guys, that shit's condensing in your lungs. Get it out of you.
I remember I read a thing a long time ago because I wanted to cover this topic on a video, that even in regards to just regular smoke, that holding in your hit isn't even necessary. And all that they've been able to prove to do through this test they did was to show that it's probably just depositing more tar into your lungs, and that these things so readily pass through the membranes in your lungs and you so quickly absorb these chemicals that it just happens like that. You could hit it and blow it out as fast. Here's a fun experiment. Hit some weed as deep as you can, but blow it out as fast as possible, and I bet you still will get very high.
Yeah, I always had a theory that a lot of what people are experiencing, I get higher when I hold it in. I think it's oxygen deprivation, honestly.
Well, it could be.
Yeah,
because anyone's holding their breath for 45 seconds, you're going to feel some kind of weird way.
Exactly, for real. So yeah, don't hold in your dabs, assuredly, and maybe not hold in your smoke as much either. But we're no doctors.
No. I remember when
people used to say,
killing brain cells. Yeah, you might do that too. You need oxygen for those.
Yeah. People, weed doesn't kill brain cells.
Yeah. It's the holding your breath. I saw a video of a freediver guy the other day who was laying on the bottom of a pool, holding his breath for a world record for 20 minutes, brother. How is this possible? How is this humanly possible?
Yeah, the world record breath holding it's insane.
I didn't even think that was a medical possibility. Stu blew my mind.
Yeah, they lower their heart rate. They suck oxygen. They breathe it in constantly. So I don't know.
There's oxygenate their blood breath holding.
And then all your lungs is little pockets everywhere. So I guess maybe we're just not using a lot of our pockets. I don't know.
Okay.
29 minutes, says Reginald. That's
fucking insane, bro.
An episode of Seinfeld. You just an entire episode. You just sit there.
Oh man. Wow. Yeah, I would be very convinced you had just passed on to the other side. Oh man, we left him underneath the surface the whole time, the whole episode. And then he just pops up. Hey man, is Seinfeld over? I hate that show. Just waiting for it to go off.
That's one way to avoid Kramer. Oh, fuck shit. Yeah. So on this next one that I brought up, this is another one. This one came straight from Gabe. We were hanging out. We smoked some of this as another insane one. It was the something called Flawless Lavender. And so these guys over here, it's Sugar Ship Genetics, and they did this full thing they called the Lavender Project. And so it's a Mac, it's a lavender. It goes back, the lavender goes back years and years and years and years. And yes, this Flawless Lavender, and it's one of the things I was never a big a Mac fan. There's a I don't know. Mac has this weird. It tastes so strong that I almost don't like it. It was too much. And so when I saw and actually looked it up, I just smoked the Flawless Lavender, and I wasn't super I super loved it. And then I saw here just today, I was like, oh, it's made of Mac. That just goes to show one of the more interesting. We're talking about how like sometimes you lose track of the actual genetics, and it's like, oh, I got this cross, and then but that doesn't do just because it's half, something doesn't mean that it's the something. And so I would have never guessed there was any Mac inside of this. So you ever tried any lavender strains?
The one we used to have was called Lavender Jones, I think, was the one we used to grow here in Colorado. And
Okay.
although it was a little floral, I always felt like the lavender was thankfully a misleading name, because when I heard the
Yeah.
lavender in the name, I was like, I like lavender for like maybe an air freshener. I don't think I want to inhale that.
Yeah.
And then
I
I
would
got
I
it.
would agree.
Yeah. It was a little floral, but it was nice, and it grew really big, and people liked it. It was a name that people liked. I don't like the perfume type of shit, says Truth Exposed. I noticed that also Mr. Sparkles, just big ups to
Yes.
the chat with 5 memberships.
Thank you so much for calling out. I didn't want to interrupt the flow right there, but the homies over at Bad River Farms, these are as Gabe, once again, shout out to Gabe. He always says Bad River Farms, they're the real ones out there. And so you always see they have a whole crew. And so you'll see today is Mr. Sparkles. Thank you for the
Awesome.
5 gift subs. But you'll see all sorts of different name dash Bad River Farms. The Bad River Farms crew, they
Okay.
are some of the real ones holding it down out there. And welcome the new 5 members of the Gramborg.
Hell yeah. Amazing, dude. That's cool.
Mr.
That's
Bibbs.
also cool how you found the lavender smells like old lady. I like how you found the one, like you found out after the fact that it was like a Mac cross. And you're like, oh, I could have
Yeah.
sworn I wouldn't like that.
It's one of the things that makes the DGC cup really cool is the blind taste testing. You
Yeah.
smoke something like this year, the Super Boof won. And had we told people that it was Super Boof, I bet you a lot of people would have just not liked it out of like, oh, that's one of the trendy BS strains. I don't like it. But you
Yeah.
just smoke it and you go, oh, I really, really like that. Ha ha, ha, sucker. It's like
Did the Super
it's the
Booth
boof.
win the hash bash?
The GMO won the hash bash. Grow Fire Farms finished second in the Flower Cup and won the hash bash. He goes down in the Dude Grows Hall of Fame. That guy.
That's wild. That's awesome. What a year.
Is that right? I didn't put that together. Cody Whittaker, your Bad River. Okay,
Oh wow.
this
Wow.
is it's all coming together, Matt. This
I,
community, I'm telling
I
you.
swear I recognize this name. Cody Whittaker. What up, homie?
Yeah, and Little Mac. Like I said when I said you probably don't identify that people like look up to you like like you're one of the rock stars with dreads. It is weird that when I started having people recognize who I was out in the world, I was like, oh crap! All the celebrities I treated differently, they were probably a little weirded out because they're like just normal people. Like we're just normal people.
Oh man. You ever feel pressure to be the Grambo that people expect you to be from online when they meet you in person?
Fortunately, because I come from the background of stand-up comedy, I really like, I'm actually more me on camera and on stage than I am like when I go through the world, like I'm fairly meek and shy. But as soon
Yeah.
as you know who I am, I go, oh God, okay, I can be my real self with this guy.
I feel that. That's sort of maybe one of the reasons I really like DGC so much. Because it
Mm,
was like, even the people that I don't know here, they like seem to know me already. I don't got to get to know anyone. I just got to figure out who everybody's screen name is.
yes. Yeah, it's something I've taken into dating. I would always go out on dates with girls like, an app or something, and then
Yeah.
we just text, it would show up. And a lot of first dates went bad. And I was like, what if I started like calling them on the phone, the way we used to? You'd get a girl's
Yeah.
number and you'd call her. That used
Yeah.
to be how it was. What a novel idea.
You can't get a lot from a text about a person.
You can't get a lot from a text. All right. So what do you got next on your block?
For next, I got one that I got right now that I want to, that I feel like would be really fun for me to grow. This is a black truffle, And I couldn't find a whole lot about this one. Apparently, it comes from Yeti's Finos.
All
And
right.
also, apparently, it is a gelato cross. And that's like really as much as I could deduce. But this is one I've been able to find locally. And it smells amazing, man. It smells like maybe if a mossy forest floor had vanilla in it. And wow, it's like earthy vanilla honey bun, a little black pepper in there. Ooh wee. I got the biggest bud of it I had in this jar was probably this big, which is rare for me also. I feel like from a dispo to get, big old long nugs. So I want to see what this grows like. This is what I need to find out now. This is the one I'm on the look for because this has got like such a crazy complex. It's like earthy, it's like skunky. It's a little nasty, but it's also really sweet. It's one of those ones, like I was saying, is very hard to describe, but it also has like a bunch of the stuff I like.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't came across this one, and I guess it's no surprise because it says they haven't released seeds or clones. That's very interesting. So,
That
does
makes me
anyone out there? Does
wonder.
anyone in chat? You got the homie hookup? Who's got the homie hookup on some of this black? Because that's one I've heard a lot about in the world, but yeah, I've never really heard of anyone
That
growing it.
also
Now that
makes me
now that we
wonder, do I legitimately have a black truffle? Because how did this enter the legal market if it's this super unreleased, gotta know a homie to get a clone kind of thing?
Well, that's the thing about the legal market is, things when all of a sudden it's like kind of like a IP, intellectual property. I know here in Colorado, I'm sure Green Dot Labs,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and a lot of their stuff. Honestly, a lot of the strains that came to mind that I wanted to bring up tonight were a lot of Green Dot strains, and I go, well, unless you live if you have Green Dot in your state, you have no access to this. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, let's not pick up the Green Dot ones. And Green Dot Dave sponsor me. That's another manifest out there. I would Green Dot. They were the best when I moved here in 2015, and they're kind of still the best. They're still killing it.
I mean, they still have really good stuff. Like, there's not many jars that I even really want to look at. There's only like a few that I'm going to even consider. And if Green Dot is in the mix, I'll always be like, yeah, let me see that. What do you got in the black label, silver label, whatever? And it's been that way,
Yeah.
just like you said, since I moved here.
Yeah, you got the silver label is legacy genetics, black label is their top shelf in-house genetics, and the blue label is their rosin. It's I'm very familiar with those guys. Green Dot Dave, call me. Putting it out there. Gabe said, I told Gabe because he knows Green Dot Dave. I was like, I want them to sponsor me. He goes, well, that's a hard sponsorship. And I don't mean sponsor me with money. I mean like pay me to smoke your hash and just I'm gonna bring it up across the world anywhere. I might,
Yeah, like, I mean, if they would just throw me a jar right before I went live on a stream, it would just be like pretty much damn near free promo.
It's
Because when they
literally
have so many things that don't miss, all you're going to do when you open it up is like, oh, wow, this smells so good, you guys.
yeah, they do it right. They got the good hash makers notes on there. In Denver, it's Dab Logic, it's Green Dot. There's a great company that's came out the last a year or so called Sokubano, and
I'm not familiar with that
it's
one.
legit. Yeah, you'll see it out there. It's pretty expensive, but
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
That's the thing. Like everything that I've grown to like, they really, like we were saying earlier, they are really good at seeing where the market's going and they adjust prices accordingly. And like now, I'm really thankful that Green Dot has this flower available now. You used to couldn't get these strains they was extracting a lot of the times, and now you can. But if you want that little black jar, it's going to cost you a hefty penny.
That's a thing, man. That's why I'm blessed to hang out with a lot of the we call them the legacy market, like guys like I had on. I put out some clips today of our guy locally called the Diamond Mine. You ever encountered the Diamond Mine here in Denver?
No, maybe I
So he's
should.
he's a legacy market guy who just exists. It's single source or organically grown. He processes everything. It's all BHO. He processes it himself in his lab, and it is the finest concentrate on God's green earth. It surpasses even your green dots, your dab logic. It's so freaking good, but good luck getting it. Literally, like, I know the guy is a friend of mine. I'll hit him up. I'm like, yo, you got any more of that I-95? He's like, it'll be like, yeah, no, I-95 came out on Monday, and they'll call him on Tuesday. I go, you got any of that I-95? Nah, half pound gone in 24 hours. What?
Wow.
What? Come on, man.
Whew. Must be fun. That must be fun. I want to make slabs in big jars. We should do this. We're here in Colorado. Fun, right? We have the liberty to do so. Really, all that's stopping us is...
I heard, I was at Adam Dunn's place, and out of the corner of my ear, I heard someone say, oh, I've got Lemon G and I-95, two of my, like, goated strains. I literally just approached them. I was like, hi, my name is Josh. Can I buy something for you? Oh, I don't got much right now, but I'll hook you up with Diamond Mine. And I sold 2 cars. I had 2 kind of junker cars. I was getting a new car. One had a bumper broken, so I needed to get them gone fast. And so I just did, like, repo car sale sort of thing. So it's not like a lot of money, but I sold both those cars and then took all of the money. It was like I was buying magic beans, and I sold 2 cars and just came home with an ounce of Lemon G.
Wow, dude.
Screw it.
I knew this guy that got out of prison once. He had been in prison for 7 years. Sorry, brother. But he had sort of like fallen off the loop. When he went away, we were all working with brickweed from Mexico. And when he came back, our shit had strain names. It came from a place. We knew the breeder. He didn't know this. So I seen him as soon as he got out, and he had a F-150. And I seen him the next time, like 2 weeks later, and he had this little, like, Ford Metro 3-cylinder tiny car in the driveway. I didn't think he was home. And he's like, hey, did you see my new car? Sold the truck. And I was like, you sold your, like, F-350 for this piece of shit? And he was like, yeah, man, but come in here, let me show you what I got. And he showed me, like, one of the big hefty sacks, like you're going to rake up your whole entire back lawn of leaves and fill up the sack. It was a humongous sack of maybe the worst cannabis I've ever laid eyes on in my life. I was like, oh man, you've made a huge mistake. You've made a huge mistake. And he's like, what, this ain't no good? And I was like, let me just, for example, show you the weed that's in my pocket. And when I showed him the weed that was in my pocket, he's like, well, what the fuck? Where did you get this? I was like, it's all like this now, man. Everything is like this. I haven't seen that shit since I last saw you 7 years ago. Oh, man. Fuck.
Yeah, the KB, when the kind bud started showing up.
It was all either kind bud or hydro.
Oh, man. One time I had a guy sell me weed that was sprayed with a mister bottle. He's like, yeah, it's hydro. That's why it's wet. And I'm like 14. I'm just like, whoa, come on, bro. I've heard of that. Hydro. And then the next day it dried up. An eighth went to like 1/4 of a gram. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Mr. Bibbs, the Beasters. I remember when the Beasters started coming around. That BC bud. Had a guy go, bro, I got some gnarly Beasters. And I've been, what the fuck is a gnarly Beaster?
Oh, man. I learned about that through Cannabis Media. I remember there was like some old, like, High Times DVD that came with a magazine when I was a kid. Probably too young to have this DVD. But they were talking about the BC Bud and the Beasters, bro. I remember first hearing that, too. I was like, what the fuck? This is
man. Chad Westport says, spraying buds with sugar water because it looked like THC crystals. To be in 7th grade again.
Oh, wow. Yep. I never came across that. That's clever. That's kids out here getting clever.
Damn. The fire
I knew a girl
mids.
at school that always got approached to sell kids weed, although I don't know why. She never had weed. And eventually she got a kid just some refuse from the wooded area with greenery. Grass, plants, whatever, shrubbery. She ripped it up a little bit, put it in a little cigarette cellophane. She's like, all right, he's gonna come back to me in 30 minutes. I know, like every time I come to lunch, he comes over here, and I got something for his ass today. And he looked at it real close, and he was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "Okay, cool, dude. Coming up on $20."
Let me get a 20. I got 20. I got 5 on that 20.
This kid smoked some clover petals or something. Bless his heart. She told him 100 times.
Yikes. Yeah, I get nostalgic for back in the day, but when we actually trade stories about back in the day, I go, no, I don't miss that at all. I really like living in this modern era of plentiful, amazing cannabis.
Yep. And I had fun times back then, and I got real stoned back then, but the weed obviously wasn't as good. And I wonder sometimes, like, how when people tell stories of like old cannabis, real old cannabis that I've seen photos and videos of, that, if we're being honest, to the naked eye appear to be trash. It looks horrible. It looks like 90% sticks and seeds, 5% leaf, and then is 5% of bud on there. But you can't see any visible trichomes. It looks bad. And they're like, I swear to God, this weed was leaps and bounds better than anything we have today. And part of me is like, is this the power of pure land bred races? Is that what I'm not seeing here? Or is this like really thick rose tinted glasses for
my mom used to always say that. My mom smoked weed since I was born. She was just a big ganja head, and I'd give her all my modern, like really, really good weed. I'd give her the best stuff. And she goes, oh, the stuff I was smoking in my 20s was way better than this. It doesn't make me feel good. And I'd always say, oh, did you feel better in your 20s than at 55? Oh, did you feel way better getting high with your friends at 22 than alone at 55, Mom? I think some of that's just, bro, you were 17. You felt amazing all day, every day. What are we talking about here?
Very fair.
Come on. Oh, that Panama Red in the 70s. Bro, you're 60. Yeah, you don't feel as good. That's a thing.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Sons of bees. Sorry. So on this one, this is now the controversy comes in, Matt. I pulled out the big dog for this one.
Dude.
Something I've been an advocate for the modern auto flowers. Auto flowers get a bad rap. I think anyone who doesn't like that hates auto flowers. The last 5 years, since pre-COVID, it's been a renaissance. So this week we had our buddy Daz from Night Owl Seeds on the Dude Grow Show. He was on the Wednesday live. He's an awesome freaking guy. And Witches of Coos was right there before I even got it. And I was going through, and I haven't tried this one, but I just know I love chem, I love GMO, I love diesel. And I love great autoflower bud. And so when I saw this one, I was like, this has got to go on the list. And Daz over at Night Owls has the G-Chem-O. Come on. G-Chem-O.
I mean, come on.
The GMO and the chem. I want to try this. It's got that ruderalis, indica sativa, and it's interesting because this is one of those things I remember researching like way back in the day, reading like an Ed Rosenthal book. And it's like, so we've got indica, sativa, ruderalis, and Afghanica. You don't hear much about the Afghanica.
No,
is a type of weed. And so, the breeding of it's got that I-90 or the I-90, the Chem 91 and the Chem dogging. I haven't heard of the Chem dogging. No, but the Chem 91, that's that real stuff. I always wonder, you got the Chem 91, you got the pre-98 Bubba. It's like, what happened in the 90s? Something happened in the 90s.
What's going on? And why is the 90s the magic cutoff?
Oh man, it was the day. So since I have direct access to Daz, this isn't available on his website, and so it definitely caught my attention because in the maker's notes it says it's got the that foul halitosis funk. It's got that bad breath funk.
It said it's similar to that dad's breath stank. I saw it say
the dad breath stank. If you like extra pungent, sometimes off-putting heavy hitters, this one's for you.
See,
and I'm in.
Yeah, that's those ones we were talking about earlier. Like sometimes I'll have those on a stream and I'll be trying to describe it. And I'll start off by saying, oh, this one smells so good. And then I'll describe the worst thing ever. You're like, I don't want to smell that. That sounds bad. And I'm like, oh, trust me. It's like in a good way.
In
Like,
a
how do you
good
smell
way.
like butts and rotten garbage and dead skunk ass in a good way? I'm like, it's hard to explain. I don't want my food to smell like this. I don't want my house to smell like this. But when my weed smells like this, I'm happy.
So I run the Jug Dealers Instagram over there. So anyone that follows, sometimes I'll get a message from someone like messaging me and then messaging Jug Dealers. I'll be, hey, it's me again. It's just
Yeah.
don't it's still me. So I posted this meme over there the other day that I think encapsulates it. It's like when you taste those terps, that's gross. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. That's perfectly it.
Yes. It's weird. I wonder what that is. I know I told the perfume story in there, but there's got to be something. Has anyone studied it out there? I'd be curious what the gungiers of the world have to say about like why is it in cannabis specifically? I never eat a piece of pie and I go,
No.
gym socks and
No.
bad breath.
But if you think about maybe like a cheese, I don't know what a
Yeah.
cheese expert is called. They don't enjoy the smell of just a regular cheddar. That's plain.
Right.
That's basic fucking cheese. They've smelled that 100 times. The cheese heads, they're eating things with live maggots on it. It's to us, it's like, whoa, what is this? No. A cheesemonger. You got it, Chunky. Thank you, homie.
Sure.
No, that's correct.
A cheesemonger.
He's absolutely correct.
Is that actually?
Yeah, that's actually it. I just couldn't remember at the time. A cheesemonger. He's right. As far as I'm concerned. Aware. Are you searching right now? Double check us.
Yeah.
You see, like the Limburgers, you got like these funky blue cheeses and weird, chunky, gooey in the middle, extra rotten. What is a cheesemonger? Yeah, dude. Chunky's on it, dude. He knows all the strains and he knows about cheese.
Chunky's one of the real ones, man. He's the real deal. And he got like legitimately, he's one of those guys. Like once again, you talk to him off the mic. He is so reverent to the cannabis community. And shout out to the 260 people here watching. I endlessly appreciate all of you guys. Legitimately,
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Thank you all for
you guys are the cheesemongers of my soul. Hell yeah. Well, we're coming up on the hour mark, so let's knock out your final strain and then we'll call it, baby.
Okay, for this
last one. This one's interesting. This one caught my eye.
Yeah, dude. And you can see, I don't know if you can show them, probably not, but I shared the photos with you. And what you see in the plant is very indicative of what I've seen. Woo! RX sugar, and I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce this prescription sugar, RX sugar. I've never heard anybody talk about it except myself. The glitter bomb crossed with the high fructose corn syrup, the black amber cut.
Interesting. Yeah, I've smoked a lot of the high fructose glitter bomb. Haven't encountered the glitter bomb.
This is a nice little mashup. I feel like they're both giving their best traits here for this cross. And it's one of the ones that's definitely isn't in that putrid category. This is definitely one of the ones that's more like candy, fruity candy, sweet. Can't believe that you've just lit it on fire and that it still tastes like this. You're like, this can't be real. This can't be real. You look at it, you're like, yep, that's on fire, and that is smoke, and it tastes like candy. Okay. But besides it always looking amazing, it has great bag appeal. The trichome density is insane. If we're talking about what might be fun to wash, this might be a great candidate because it has really fat trichome heads. And the stalks really aren't all that lanky. It's just like a short little stalk, big head, and they're everywhere. And you can see this pretty clearly, even on I've only come across it like dried and cured. I can't imagine, except for the photos, what it might look like in person in your tent. And really what has me sold on it the smell and the bag appeal got me because that's all I can pick up on at the store. But then when I got it home, every time I go for this one, the effects are always great. It's like really heavy. It's all in my face. I can feel it in my eyes. It almost makes me want to adjust my posture, put on my comfortable pants, just like really succumb to it. It's like there's no fighting this. I'm going to put on my sweatpants and let my eyes rest.
Damn, that's that sweatpant weed. That's that good.
Yes. And so I like that for at the end of the night when you're ready for the sweatpants anyways. But sometimes when you're just like, hold on, give me a second. Let me just take a break. Let me regroup. You hit that, you melt for a second in your chair, and then I just feel good again. So it's one that I think would be fun to try. Plus the photos, like this bud structure looks amazing. The colors look amazing. I don't know.
Trichome density on some of these strains that you'll see these days, it doesn't even seem real.
I
but
know, man.
It's
compared to like I used to be obsessed with High Times, for example, when I was a kid.
Of course.
And these photos I'm looking at right now of this prescription sugar, like you never saw stuff like this. If it wasn't for the lower leaves, I wouldn't be able to tell you what color the plant is. It's just white.
Yeah, it's literally there's no real estate left for plant material.
Yeah. It's pretty wild, man.
Hell yeah. That's a great one to finish on. And then I have to throw an honorable mention out because he's been in the chat and because legitimately I messaged Chonky and I was like, what strains that I don't already know about would be out there? But one of the ones that I thought about putting on the list because everyone's hyping on it, it's that No Joke from Chad Westport. Guys, check out this. Chad Westport is killing it. Another awesome content creator. It's just supporter of the community. He's in the chat. He's in everyone's. He's over there. He's over here. He's over there. The guy's killing it, and I'm hearing good things about the No Joke. One of my favorite strains at the Nakatomi Plaza from him. Just killer one out there. But specifically the No Joke. I haven't tried it yet. I'm excited. So honorable mention. No Joke.
That one looks amazing. The photos I've seen of it while it's still growing are amazing, man. I remember Macho Grams had some amazing photos of that strain, and I was actually lucky enough to try it. He sent me home with a nug from DGC, actually. And even, it was in a little bag, but it was jarred up with a bunch of other stuff in a can vault or sea vault. And when I got it home, it's still just like straight red Gatorade in your nose. The buds look beautiful. They smell crazy red fruit punch. He said there's another pheno that it's like chicken soup, like Campbell's chicken soup. But I had the red Gatorade pheno, and it was amazing. Highly recommend.
Like
that would be
a savory chicken soup terps. Haven't heard that one. Fuck yeah. Well, this was an easy one, man. We ran through an hour. We learned a little bit about you. We learned you got your dreads from a dog in an elevator. Wouldn't have guessed that.
No, I guess not. That's a weird one, I guess. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I imagine anyone that's watching me, you probably already know about what Matt's got going on over there. But if you don't, for some reason, I can't say enough. You guys got to go over. He does one of the more unique, you're one of the bigger cannabis content creators on the internet. You got a unique feel. You're very real about everything. If you don't like something, you say it. If you do like something, you say it. And yeah, you boys over there, you're doing it right. I love the vibes. You really are instrumental in the community. You take a lot of feedback from them. And yeah, you guys got to go over, check out Strain Show. If you clicked on this video because you're interested in strains, he doesn't always just talk strains, but there's a lot of strain talk going on over there. So I can't suggest enough. Go over, check out Strain Show.
Thank you, buddy.
And then, as John Lindsay says, DGC Cup 2026, you're a local boy. I imagine he'll be there as well. So if you want to meet him, come hang out. It'll be next June.
Can't wait. I'll be there for sure.
Fuck yeah. Well, my friend, it was awesome meeting in real life at the Cup, and I'm glad I got to spend an hour with you. If you ever need anything from me, you hit me up. Thank you. One of these days, we're going to hang out in real life. IRL, as the kids say.
Let's link up sometime soon before this warm weather gets away from us. We'll go a park or something. I don't know. Do some Colorado shit. Go into a park and smoking weed in the sun sounds like some Colorado shit.
I'll keep an eye out. I always like any excuse to go with a friend to Red Rocks for a show. It's like a spiritual portal.
I forgot we sort of
Rocks.
have like similar music tastes. We might be interested in the same shows. We still got Red Rock season.
It is we still got a little bit. They go until like late October. I went and saw LS Dreams and it was snowing on us.
I can't remember what the last show I saw was. Maybe Of the Trees? Maybe not. I saw a show like it was the last show of the season. And it was quite cold. Cold.
Yeah, it's brutal.
But it's fun.
It is literally a portal to another universe. It is the shit. And you are the shit, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out. And
thank you for having
me. I endlessly appreciate it. And I'll see you soon.
Later, buddy.
All right, later, bro. We did it, guys. That is the Late Night Smoke. This is your last chance to hit that subscribe button. What do I always say? Smack that like button, subscribe if you vibe, and you see that share button? Pull this video up and pass it to a friend. Sharing is caring. They can't shadow ban us if you guys share it. That's the thing. That is the thing about the shadow ban. So once again, thank you to all the people who have joined the GramBorg. Thank you, Chunky Nugs, for throwing out that $10. Chunky Nugs just did the Seeds for Charity auction over there with Jesus Plants, over there with Seedman Seeds. He's helping out the 2B Blunt guys. He's helping out Kyle over there at the extract seller. He's making a name for him. And Chunky Nugs, you are one of the cool kids. Thank you so much for that $10. Cody Whittaker from Bad River, putting it all together. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. You are the man. Bad River. It's the Bad River show over here today. Thank you, Mr. Sparkles. That it means an endlessly amount. LJ Jones was always holding it down for the community. He has been sick. He's dealing with real life issues. That's why you guys haven't seen LJ Jones. But I just talked to him. He's in good spirits, and he's gonna recover. This guy, he is a true legend. So I appreciate you guys dropping those gift subs and shouting out over there to LJ Jones. And of course, thank you to my guest and the newest member of the GramBorg, Matt from Strange Show. Guys, I appreciate you guys endlessly. You know what it is. I wouldn't do this show if it wasn't for you guys. It literally, you guys make me feel, good. Every Sunday, I'm tired. The Jug Dealers guys, we've been going through it. We've been updating stuff. Jug Club is officially coming. And once again, if you guys want to go over there and get some silicium, it's for their members only, but because you guys are the GramFam. If you want to go over to jugdealers.shop and get yourself some silicium, code SI20 will get you 20% off. Go over there, use code SI20 to get that silicium. And look out for the Jug Club. We've been doing a lot of cool stuff over there. Thank you, guys. We're going to do the post show for all the GramBorg members here in a little bit. Yeah, they're Trailblazer throws it up. And shout out to you, Trailblazer. Me and Church of Cannabis Nate, we do the Grow Tank Gaming every Tuesday, almost every Tuesday. We get together, we stream, we play video games, we smoke weed, we take dabs. I talk to girls on Hinge and Tinder, and I show you. It's hilarious. It's a scene over there. Grow Tank Gaming every Tuesday. Come hang out with me, John Lindsay, and Trailblazer, and Church of Cannabis Nate. It's a good time. You guys know what it is. So I'll see y'all on Tuesday for Jug Dealers and Wednesday for Dude Grows. And we'll be back here next Sunday. I got 4 of the best guests I could find. I really went hard. And we got Strange Show Matt. I got I'm not going to spoil it just in case we have to rearrange some stuff. I won't tell you who I got on next week, but I got the next 5 guests are some of the biggest content creators, some of my best friends, and it's going to be awesome. So I love you guys. Nothing but good vibes up in here. This has been Grambo Grows.
We're dropping knowledge on Grambo Grows, talking about plants and how they go. Let's go from seeds to the cure. We always smoke pure. Nothing but good vibes up in here.